Hey everybody, this is Dr. Crosscheck and I'm very happy to be here today for another 2025 NHL Draft related video. So today we're gonna talk about the Montreal Canadiens. They already have a very fun, exciting young crew, but with the 16 and 17 pick, they have the chance to get a new young player who's gonna help them in the future. So today this is my top 5 player for the 16 and 17 pick, and which player fit maybe the Habs a little bit more. So now for starting my top 5 possible player that the Montreal Canadiens draft, I have Michael Spence from right now playing the OHL, but gonna play in the NCAA next year. And I think that's gonna help him take maybe the next step in his career. Michael Spence, even though he kind of fell off in a lot of mock draft and in a lot of lists, is still a pretty solid prospect if you need a guy with size and speed. He's still a 6'2", 200 pounds winger, play left wing right now, and in most mock draft and lists, he go between 15 to 20. So kind of perfect place for the Montreal Canadiens. And number wise, he finished the season with 32 goals, 73 points in 65 games. So Michael Spence is an energy player. This is a guy who worked very hard in front of the net to get rebound and loose puck. This is a guy who's played a very north and south type of hockey. This is why I think his ceiling is maybe a little bit lower than other type of player. But I very see him becoming a middle six, so more of a third line type of player that bring a lot of energy and can be very difficult to play against in the playoffs. So this is a guy I like a lot, and I think can be a good acquisition for the Habs. So at number 4, I have Blake Fiedler. He's one of my favorite defensemen on this draft, and I know this is maybe a surprise for some people. But a 6'4", 210 pounds righty defenseman who skate very well is pretty rare. Also, he's a guy who's mostly a late first rounder, so he's gonna be there for the ranking of the Montreal Canadiens. And I know 33 points in 64 games is not the sexiest thing in the world, but I really like his mix of physicality, toughness, shot blocking ability, and the fact he's now getting better and better to skate with the puck and be effective in transition offensively. He's getting way better in those zone, and I really like his style of play. I really think Blake Fiedler can become a third pairing or second pairing righty defenseman with a lot of physicality and that can take physical mission for NHL team in the future. So at number 3, I have Leen Leivo from the Moo Jaws Warriors in the WHL. And Leen Leivo is a weird player, but is a very skillful one. He's a 6'2", 190 pounds left shot from the left, play mostly left wing. This is a guy who go between 10 to 25 overall. He's kind of a little bit of everywhere. And number wise, finished the season with 27 goals, 58 points in 47 game. And skills wise, Leivo is probably top 5 in this draft. Full of skills, but he need to be more consistent and learn to play with his body and physique. But I think he's one of the best project in raw diamond in this draft. But with this level of talent, you really need to put a little bit more effort and bring a more physical play if you want to become the diamond that he can be. So at number 2, I have Justin Carbonneau, one of the favorite players in this draft for a lot of Montreal Canadiens fans. This guy's a 6'1", almost 200 pound winger who shot from the right, and in most draft lists he's a top 15. So I think it's going to be very difficult to have him at 16 or 17. But a guy with 89 points, 46 goals is always fun to have. But like Leivo, Carbonneau need to be more stable and consistent in his game. He has some weakness in defensive zone and could use his physique a little bit more, but I think he can learn that. Also, some rumor put him in the NCAA next year, and I think that could be a good thing for his development for the future. I think could be a great pick for the Habs. At number 1, I have Carter Bear. Maybe my favorite personal player of this draft. This guy is special for me, and I'm not biased at all with him. This guy is a 6', 176 pounds lefty winger who play left wing or center and go between 8 to 24, 26 overall since the injury. And yeah, the injury is pretty bad, but I still like him. 82 point in 56 game with 40 goal. This is a guy who play with so much tenacity, so much energy. This is a guy who battle for every puck possession, go to the net, go to the traffic, and play such a fun brand of hockey. He is clearly for me my favorite player and a guy that the Habs need in their prospect pool because they don't have any. And yes, I really think Carter Bear can be a top 10 pick for a lot of team. But since the injury, I think he can drop where the Montreal Canadiens draft. And I really think Carter Bear can be a game-changing player in the future and a guy that will be very useful for the Montreal Canadiens. So yes, that was my video about who the Montreal Canadiens should take with the 16 and 17 pick. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe. And I hope to see you next time.